Hey friends, welcome back to the Guitar Max channel. And what's this weird guitar that I'm holding? It's like missing some strings and the tuners are really big. Okay, so right now I am recording some bass parts for a track on my soon-to-be released, hopefully, solo album called Titanium Rain. Now this is not a promo for the album. It's actually already been funded through Kickstarter, thanks to a bunch of you out there. But the thing I really want to talk about, because I love talking about cool, affordable gear here on the Guitar Max channel, is the plugin that I'm using to record the bass, to get the bass tone. It's basically a bass amp plugin, and the one I am using is completely free and it sounds awesome. So this plugin is Bass Grinder, and it's by a company called Audio Assault. And this plugin is not even new. I think it's been around for many years, but for whatever reason, it's just kind of flown under the radar because I have not seen or heard that many people talking about it. And just to clarify, I have no affiliation with Audio Assault. You know, they don't even know I'm making a video about the plugin or anything like that. This is just something I'm using here in my home studio, and I love how it sounds, and so, you know, it's free and I want to tell you guys about it. So I've got this up here on my computer, and I've got like a screen capture so you can see what's going on with the plugin. And this is a VST plugin. I'm using it in Cubase, but of course you can use it in a lot of different DAWs, whatever one you really want to use. And I'm just going to go through this, and I'm going to like tweak the settings in it and play a little bit so you guys can hear how it sounds. There's a couple of bass amps, and I think 3 different cabs, and then of course you can tweak all the EQ settings and that kind of stuff in there. Now the other ingredient here is this bass. This is, as you can see, a Sawtooth Road Warrior bass. This goes for $4.99, so it's definitely not an expensive instrument. This is basically, they took one of their basic basses and then they upgraded the hardware, and it's got, like, this is an aluminum pick guard, and it's got, you know, a bunch of cool little things like that. Like, it's got these Grover Titan tuners, and then a badass bridge, and some Switchcraft electronics and that kind of stuff. And I am going to be doing a review video of this bass, but that's going to be in a future video down the road, so just stay tuned for that. Okay, so I'm already plugged in, so let's go through these settings here and check out how this sounds. But of course, real quick guys, as always, if you enjoy videos like this, staying up on all the latest news in the guitar universe, and also checking out cool, affordable guitar gear, and you have not already subscribed for some reason, please consider subscribing right now. Okay, so we're ready here. Let's take a closer look at this plugin. Okay, so this is what the plugin looks like. It's pretty simple. And you've got 2 amplifiers. You've got the Dragon amplifier and the Razor amplifier. I'm on Dragon right now. And then under cabs, you've got the Dragon cab, Razor cab, and the Shark cab. And if you look at the tone I've got here, I've got a little bit of gain on this, right? Okay, so it's got like a little bit of a grinding sound, right? Bass is down a little bit, mid's right in the middle, trebles at about 2 o'clock, depth and crush. And up at the top here, we've got the input, input signal, the overall volume, and then we've got a noise gate control, which is pretty useful. So let's just go through the, let me play a little bit and we'll go through the EQ settings here. Okay, let's bring up the bass and treble, bring down the mids. Okay, let's do the opposite. Let's bring the mids down. Oh, sorry, mids up, and bring the treble and bass down. You can really hear a big difference on the higher notes. Bringing the mids up, that really makes those higher notes sort of rounder. Okay, let's level everything back out and then try out this other amp here. So I'm going to switch from the Dragon amp to the Razor amp. Okay, there's the other one. Okay, this is a lot more rattly. This is the gain setting on this one is the same as before, as the other amp, but this amp I think just has more gain because it's a lot fuzzier. So let's switch back to the Dragon amp, and then let's try some of the other cabs. Let's try the Razor cab with the Dragon amp. So to me, the Dragon cab definitely sounds darker. The Razor's a bit brighter. And let's go ahead and try this third one here, the Shark cab. So yeah, I think personally I kind of like the Dragon and the Shark cabs, and definitely the Dragon amp. If you're doing like Motorhead tunes or something where you want a really fuzzy bass tone, then I think the Razor amp and cab would be really good for that. For the other stuff though, because with what I'm doing, bass is a little bit more of a background instrument. I'm not doing like slap technique or anything like that where it really jumps out. I like the darker sound of the Dragon amp and Dragon cab. And the Shark cab sounds pretty good too. It's a little bit more bubbly, I guess. You know, we always use these weird terms to try and describe this stuff, but both the Dragon cab and the Shark cab sounds good. And remember, this plugin is totally free. Now, one thing I am curious about still is just how much gain we can get out of this thing. Let's see, like how distorted does this get? All right, so for a bass amp, that gets pretty dirty, right? Obviously, you could still throw a distortion pedal at it if you want to get it even dirtier. But I think for most standard bass parts, that's really going to have you covered. Now let's go the other way. Let's just clean it up. Okay, so this is with the gain completely down. I'm going to bring up the overall volume a little bit, and the EQ is pretty much in the middle. Let's listen to how this sounds. That's nice, so very, very clean. So the thing about recording bass like these days is obviously a lot of people use plugins and a lot of people essentially use nothing at all. Like it's very common to record just a completely clean, direct bass signal and then maybe EQ it a little bit and use that as your bass tone. There's a lot of people that do that. And I used to do that, but for me having a emulated amp and especially an emulated speaker setup that's just the way to go for how I like to record bass. I'm not really in a situation where I can haul in like an 8x10 bass cab and a super powerful head and get a real in-person bass tone. And of course, I don't play bass that much, except when I'm recording or doing something for friends, that kind of thing. So having the ability to get a bass tone that I really love through a plugin, and the best thing of all is I didn't want to spend any money on it, and this plugin is free. And as for this bass, again, this is the Road Warrior bass from Sawtooth. I really love it so far. I mean, it's super just straightforward, solid, easy to play. Nice kind of aggressive tone. You can kind of slap slap the strings against the fretboard and get that really nice rattle that I really like. And let's see, it's a poplar body. I think I forgot to mention that. Yeah, you know, bolt-on maple neck. Like I said, it's a very kind of simple bass, but they've just upgraded all the hardware and electronics, that kind of stuff. All right, guys, so let me know what you think of all of this stuff down in the comments section below. I would love some feedback on the bass plugin. Again, it's Bass Grinder Free by Audio Assault. I'll have a link down in the video description below. Let me know what you think of the bass, and let me know what you think of that little snippet that you heard of that track, which is, again, from my upcoming, hopefully soon to be released, solo album called Titanium Rain. And you know, if you don't like the song, just lie to me and say that you do like it, because I'm very emotionally fragile. Okay guys, that is it for this video. There's gonna be links for everything I was talking about and all my social media stuff down in the video description below. Thanks a ton for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you very soon.